Hey y'all. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Can y'all hear me? Hello. Y'all got to excuse me. Oh, okay. All right. So I finally had a chance to listen to that recording. And I must say, come on, baby. Come on. I'm putting on her dress at the same time. Cause I can't let her show her goods. Look, I don't need you to be doing calisthenics. You could have stretched. Come on, you could have stretched one before we even came out here. You want to do all this stretching? I don't need you to be doing all this stretching. You need to go use the bathroom, bring your tail back. All that other extra stuff you're doing, that's irrelevant to me. But I finally had a chance to sit and listen to that recording. Okay. All right, come on, go and use the bathroom. Go ahead. Go on out there. And don't take your butt in the woods either. And I must say, um, when you got a bunch of uneducated civilians having conversations about military, it really is enlightening. How y'all doing, y'all? How y'all doing? Uh, let me uh Cynthia, my beautiful sister, Flawed, cousin, Jello Shots, Carla, King Ty, Trish Green Eyes, Liz Lyon. How y'all doing? All the Bush babies. How y'all doing? Um, when you got a bunch of military people that's civilians that's doing having conversations about military, that is very uneducated to me. That's what I call uneducation. That you know that is a telltale sign of uneducatedness for real at its finest. But I did hear the vindication of the stolen valor when she sat and said, and yes, she will always be stolen valor for life. Because and I'm gonna tell you why she's gonna be stolen valor for life. Because I've always said I've been the voice for the voiceless. I've always said that you have parents, you have grandmothers, you have sisters, you have brothers, you have aunties, you have uncles, you have daughters, you have sons, you have grandchildren, you have cousins, you have relatives who will never be able to see their loved ones sit across from them. And I do mean never have their loved ones sit across from them. They would never be able to hug them. They would never be able to have a conversation with them. They would never be able to share their innermost thoughts, their secrets. They would never be able to have a smile on their face when they walk through that door. Holiday time is here. A lot of them are not in the holiday mood because that chair is empty. That bed is empty. That house is empty. Because you had somebody who got on here and gave a war story that was not hers to tell. You had somebody got out here, and if Logic ever released that video, if he ever released that live, when me and him was on the panel, and they said, "Hey y'all, happy Veterans Day," she jumped out of that chat. As a matter of fact, she wasn't even in the chat. She had just come out of the bushes into the chat and jumped and said, I'm a veteran. I immediately jumped off that panel. That infuriated me so bad. And she kept up with that lie for so long. And I do mean for so long, right? That she finally came out here because we had all knew she was lying. But then she started with the extortions to pay her $2,000, which that was not going to never, ever, ever, ever happen. Because a real soldier or a real veteran, they proud. They proud of when they had walked in those boots. They are proud when they had wore that uniform. They had proud when they served along those soldiers. They was proud. They're proud of their accomplishments. They're very proud. That's something you can't never take from them. Can't nobody ever take that from them. But two uneducated people had a conversation. Two civilians at that had a conversation. And I always said I would be the voice for the voiceless. And I'm the voice for the marginalization and the oppressed as well. Because them the ones who get shut down and doors shut in their face. This ain't something that just started. This is something that's been going on. And I do got over 21 years under my belt for this. Not when somebody gets shot in the street and then somebody want to start a protest march and then everybody want to all of a sudden get out there and say, we got to fight. No. That's not the time to fight. You should have already been fighting. Sometimes you got to pay attention. But a voice won't be heard. Because although people say, hey, Miss Classy, Logic, Liz, y'all been vindicated. The vindication was never for me. And I was never seeking it. I was seeking truth. For people like PFC Lavinia Johnson. Look her up. Because she's one of the few that would never come home. So let me tell you, I had a live scheduled about a month or a couple months ago. Because some things had came up, I couldn't do that live. I had some things going on down in the country that I had to go take care of. But as I was putting that live together, right? I'm going to tell you that's the hardest live I would have had to do. I don't think I would have went through with it. Because that was truly the hardest live I would have had to do. When I was getting ready to come back out here and do that live, I had that live schedule. I moved that live back. And then I moved that live back again. That was the hardest live I would have had to do. I wouldn't, and I will promise you on everything that I love, I would not have been able to do that live. Because of this baby. I would not have been able to do it. When we first got our orders to deploy, we went from Germany over to Victory. That's where everybody met at. That baby was on that same camp. She was on that same camp. That's how big it was. It was called Tent City. The dining facility, the little setup church that they had for us for, those that want to go to church. The contractors, everything. Infantry was way on the other side. But every night at a certain time, you had what was known as the sandstorm that would come through, red sand, come through. And I'm going to tell you, if you got caught out in there, it was going to take you a long time to get back to your tent. I promise you, it was going to take you a long time to get back. We got caught out in that sandstorm coming back from the defect. A lot of y'all saying, Miss Classy, you using words we don't understand what is defect. It's called dining facility. Chow hall. We got caught out in there. It took us a greater minute, about 35, 45 minutes to get back. We got lost. We got lost We ended up way on the other side. We got lost. Some of the infantry guys showed us how to get back on our side where we need to be at because we got caught in that sandstorm. We rolled out the next day. We went over there to Doha. We picked up our stuff and we got in our convoys to get ready to SP on out. That night, that baby lost her life. Military been covering it up ever since. Her parents been trying to get justice for her. They said she killed herself. At 5'2", 5'3", there's no way she could have took that M16 and held it and committed suicide. That baby was raped, sodomized, and set on fire. Did you hear what I said? She was raped. She was sodomized, and beaten, and set on fire. I know it hurt a lot of y'all to hear that, right? Right. But you had this stolen valor chick over there. That's not stolen valor. When you jump out here, you tell war stories, you wear uniforms, you wear medals, that is stolen valor. Then I was getting ready to show another video of this lady who not only did she wear uniform and not only claim medals, and not only did she tell war stories, she went and got a job claiming to be a disabled veteran, riding around in a wheelchair. Yeah, she was pushing herself around in a wheelchair as a teacher. She got 8 to 20 years. Yeah, it was a new, yeah, she made the news on that. Sure did. She was telling, and they testify how they felt sorry for her as she was telling her war stories. Only to find out that she had just went through the sex change from a male to a female. I'm sorry, from a female to a male. I said that backwards. So for all those uneducated people who say, oh, it's just the service medal. It's not the service medal. It's when you telling war stories. It's when you walking out here in these uniforms that you're not supposed to be wearing. And it's when you telling these war stories that is stolen valor. Been saying it for the darn longest. People crying victim over nothing. Then he had as he kept going and these uneducated people kept going in the conversation, right? He went on to say that my husband, my baby, the love of my life, my confidant, worked for the Pentagon. And I had to really laugh at that, right? And I said, all of a sudden my brain went to twirling. I said, the Pentagon? Hold up. So that means my husband had to get up and he had to drive darn near 320 miles and some change from our house located here at Fort Bragg all the way down to Maryland or something like that. I say, so that means, and I started counting back. I started doing the numbers. I say, so he got to get up roughly around about 3 o'clock, maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock. So he got to take his shower, hurry up, jump in his truck, get on the road, try to beat that rush hour traffic just to get to work if you're working a 9 to 5 job. And depending on our 9 to 5 jobs, because you don't come to work nowhere, it's 9 to 5 jobs, depending on, if they're not on guard or whatever the case may be, whatever. And he going to work 9 to 5. So to get there 9 o'clock on time, he had to get up this time. And if he got off at 5, that means he roughly won't get home till about, depending on traffic, about 10, 11, maybe even 12. Well, damn, when do I get to see my baby? When am I going to get to see him? Chris Thorne, how you doing? Mr. 100 Rounds, how you doing? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not really looking at the chat. I'm talking. When do I get to see him? When do I get to have my quality time with my baby at night? I say, so who is this man when I go live during the weekday in my house? And I say again, yet again, a bunch of uneducated civilian people having a conversation they know nothing about when it comes to the military. Right? Right. So I chopped that up. That didn't make sense. So here it is. He go on to say, I was a spouse to my husband and I used his computer. I used his, let me correct, software. They having conversations. I used his software. That had to be the most funniest thing I ever heard in my life. I'm a spouse. You right. Both me and my husband is spouse. Both me and my husband were in the military. He was a soldier. I was a soldier, which made us dual military. We were dual military couple. My husband retired and he got what is known as a blue DD Form 2. I retired and had got what was known as a blue DD Form 2, which is a blue ID retirement card. So now we're both retired veterans. Make sense now? That's me, an educated woman, educated, uneducated civilians. Right. Now, I'm going to continue to go on. Since I'm a spouse and he's a spouse. And we both have our own independent blue DD Form 2, which is known as that blue ID card. But you wouldn't know nothing about that. And then you go on to say I was uneducated at, oh, let me finish addressing this software. And you said that I used my husband's software. So at this time, I'm going to show you I got more resources at the tip, at my fingertips than you will ever have in your whole entire life. 1 minute, y'all. got that dash between there. And all I do is just give that reference number when I call back to find out the status update of the investigation and everything. Did you catch that? Did you okay, did you catch that? Did you catch that? Huh? That's me and the investigator having a conversation. Me and the investigator. Not a software. Not a computer. Not nothing. That's me and the investigator having a conversation. That was me and the investigator having a conversation. And I will play you the other 3 of the other investigators. But that would be giving you too much information. Since I'm uneducated using a software. I don't have to use software when I have access at my fingertips. I'm a retired veteran. I could call and get anything I want. That's educated. Then y'all had conversations about being educated. See, although this is irrelevant, but it really is relevant to a certain degree. Not only am I educated, I might be a little too damn educated. But I have a purpose and a goal. Because I got something planned. Because I'm doing something right now. I have an associate's degree in... I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it. Because I was damn sure about to read off not only my degrees, but the certifications that I got going along with them. And it's over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And somebody probably jump out there and say, debunk them certifications. So I'm going to just debunk these certifications right here that I do have, all 21 of them. And I'm going to just read them out that go with these. Oh, I'm not finna show them. I'm not going to show them. I'm not going to show them. But I'm going to debunk these certifications. Okay? But I do have a general education in psychology from Troy State University. I have a bachelor's degree in criminal justice from Troy State University. I have a master's degree in education and training from Trident University. I also have a master's degree in legal studies from Fayetteville University. I got all of them while I was still in the military. Something that you, North Soul and Valor, or the conversations them crackheads over there was having. After I retired, I took a little hiatus and I went back to school. And I decided to pursue another master's degree in clinical practice. While I was pursuing that, I got certifications in certification in alcohol-induced organic mental disorder, certification in alcoholism, certification in behavior therapy, certification in benefit of group process, certification in best practice, certification in client rights, certification in co-occurring disorder, mental illness, and substance abuse, certification in cognitive therapy, and criteria of substance abuse outpatient treatment adult, certification criteria substance abuse inpatient treatment adult, certification disease concept, certification classification training, certification dynamics of addiction and training, certification how to diagnose addiction problems, certification pharmacology, certification special population schizophrenia, certification substance abuse, certification substance dependence, certification tolerance and dependence, certification and transference and countertransference, certification understanding delirium and tremors. And I needed those certifications for what is known as CSAC. It's formerly known as CSAC. It's called CDAC. And I need that because that is a criteria for North Carolina board in order to go and be certified and licensed as a counselor that is going to be applied once I finish my degree and take another license, not certification, but license for this degree. But while doing those certifications, I also had to have practical, clinical hours and supervisions, along with practical, clinical hours and supervision in this degree. But I'm uneducated. But that has nothing to do with the fact that two uneducated civilians had conversations about what again? Because I'm kind of confused. So please help me to catch up. The same way you, no nuts, had jumped out here and validated I was the one hacking that zoo animal. You know that prehistoric gorilla over there? I hacked her Facebook account. I'm tired of bringing you all to the table and educating you. So no, the vindication on your stolen valor was vindicated for people like Lavinia, people who came back from war, but didn't really come back from war. People, those soldiers who are not here no more. That is who those that you vindicated. I don't do apologies. That crap went out the window. I don't accept it. I can't hear it because you did it once. You'll do it again. You do it too many times. But I'm glad to know that you really was worried. You kept up with the lie. That's it. That's all. You can't tell us nothing that we didn't know. But I am going to come out here and correct. Even though you did say you was not in the military, you told the truth to back it up with another lie. And I don't think a lot of people really caught it because I did. And I'm going to break that down. Because as you told the truth, your story was, I work for a company that issued me a uniform. And I role played. And it was my uniform. And I went out there and it was just better, to do that. No, it was not better. So let me break this down. Fort Polk, that's where soldiers go to train at JRTC. Fort Polk, we call that the Dust Bowl. There, they have a company that issues civilians the soldiers' uniform. The uniform, they get a top, they get the bottom. They can wear whatever color shirt underneath it. It's not necessary. They might have, the same tan shirt that we have on, or they may have their company shirt on. It might be tan with the logo. It might be black. It might be whatever. But they do not have our same patrol cap or whatever. They will be issued what is known as a baseball cap. They would not have the U.S. Army name tape or the name tag. They will have black tape on, or they will have the green tape or something, because they have to be identified separately from the soldiers. One will have the one side tape will have the company name on it. The other side will have Op 4. Listen to what I'm telling you, because I'm educating you. It will have Op 4. That company did the Op 4. They did not role play. They rode around in vehicles to make sure the soldiers was not performing unsafe acts. Sometimes they might throw out lightning bombs or something like that. They'll go out and set up the course out there that the soldiers had to go through, because the soldiers were the one going through the simulated role play of war. Listen to what I'm telling you. I done been to JRTC so many times I could tell it to you like the back of my damn hand. They call it Dust Bowl for a reason, because the shit is dirty. One soldier is issued one half of a pup tent. The other soldier is issued the other half of a pup tent. They bring that shit together, and 2 soldiers sleeping inside the pup tent. Okay? Trust me. Trust me. I could tell it to you. I could tell it to you like the back of my hand. All right? So, part of it came out with the truth. Part of it came out with a backup lie. So, that's why I say I don't believe nothing that comes out of anybody's mouth, because I don't give 2 shits. All I wanted to hear was you was not in the military. You lost me when I was told, and then I had to go hear it for myself. You lost me after everything else that came out your mouth. That's it. That's all. You vindicated those empty chairs. That's it. All this jumping out here and people jumping out here and talking about this and talking about that, at the end of the damn day, is regurgitated from over here. I'm glad to know you was sitting in our bushes and you had to hear what we had been saying. Cause all that shit is hot motherfucking air. I'm gonna tell you, beach whale and the HIV spotted people and all that shit, which keep my goddamn name out your motherfucking mouth. I told you that one time before. Cause y'all was with the fuck shit, been with the fuck shit, still with the fuck shit, always will be with the fuck shit. You knew the bitch wasn't in the goddamn military. You should have been came out with that shit a long time ago. Not when it's convenient for you. For them fallen soldiers, they've been vindicated. Because now we no longer have somebody out here pretending to be a soldier, pretending to be a veteran, pretending to tell war stories. Because those were not her stories to tell. Other than that, y'all know I don't stay on the live long, so let me go back through, say hello to everybody that came in. I was not looking at the chat. I was just going through and I was talking. Again, go all the way back up, y'all. Cousin, my Cynthia Simpson, beautiful, flawed to perfection. Jello shots, beautiful. Carla, beautiful. Trish Green Eyes, beautiful. Liz Lyon, Shalinda, beautiful. You know, and Shalinda, I'm gonna tell you something. Really, to tell you the truth, it's really hard. I see you in the chat, and every time I see you in the chat, you remind me of my soldier who's no longer here as well. Because he died. And his parents open up a restaurant down there in Slidell. He from Slidell. They used to call him my shadow. I had told this story once before back in 2018. I think I still got that video up. So every time I hear you mention Slidell, I do get a little teary-eyed because he was my shadow and he worked for me. And that was that soldier right there, that was my heart right there. Because I trained him. So that was kind of hard taking that phone call when I had got that call that he had died. Tit for tat, beautiful. Who else? I know I had seen Mr. 100 Rounds. Thank you for coming. Chris Thorne. What's up, fam? Slaughter. Hello. Miss Marie. How you doing, beautiful? 45 CP. My sister soldier, what's going on? Tammy Lynn, beautiful. Lisa Lewis, what's going on? But other than that, y'all, I'm finna get ready to get off. Because it's time for me and this little one right here to get ready to go walking and do what we gotta do. I just came on here to say that because I did hear that phone call and no, I did not I was gonna address it. I sure will. Move your way. I just wanted to hear the truth for those empty chairs. That's it, that's all. All right? Because even when you sat there and said, oh, I deployed to Iraq, Afghanistan, and Germany. Germany is not a deployable state. It's not a war zone. It may have been back in the day, but it's not. Germany is like the US. Let me break this down. Germany is, did y'all hear me? Germany is like the US. When you go over to Germany, the only difference is it's in Europe. It's no different. You're partying. Them soldiers over there partying. You go over there either single or you go over there married. They're partying. It's like the US. You go to the clubs. You could go to Paris. You could go to Czech. You could go to Spain. You could go to what else? You could travel. Germany is like the US. You get your driver's license over there. You drive a car. You get on the Autobahn. You drive as fast as you want to be. You're not in a war zone. You're not in no danger. The only thing you do is the same way in the US. You go to the field. It's not a war zone. It's like the US. I was over there for 7 years. I did not want to come back to the US. My husband said, hell to the no. You're bringing your ass back to the US. He said, you're putting your foot on US soil. He said, I don't care. And I was adamant I was not coming back. I said, well, you can go by yourself. I'll come and visit you. He said, no, you finna pack your ass up and you bring your ass. We going home. We're going back to the US. And I said, no, I'm staying. I'm finna become a German citizen. And he said, no, in the hell, you're not. You bring your, come on, baby, come on. Hey, little girl, hey, will you, come on. Hey, God damn it. You know what? You starting to get on my nerve. He sat there and told me, and I told him, I said, no. The kids was like, I had half on my side. He had half on his side. Come on. I had half on my side. He had half on his side. They was like, no, No, I love Germany. I'm sorry. My best friend, who I call my sister, me and her been best friends since 1996. Okay, she went over to Germany. She left when we left Germany. 3 years later, she went back to Germany, and she ain't left Germany yet. She ain't left Germany yet. It's the U.S. It's the same thing. One of my classmates, and the same way when it comes to Japan. One of my classmates, he dropped out of class. He quit the program. And he left and he said, you know what? I'm homesick. And I say, why you homesick? He said, because my wife and family is over there in Japan. And I said, well, why they didn't come back? He said, because they said they're not coming back. So he left and went back to Japan. It's not a war zone. Hell, they treat you better over there than the U.S. citizens here. You get treated like royalty over there when you're over there. Yeah, you might run into the older generation, and they might not do that. But it's customary. When I got over there, you take the head start over there. You learn how to speak German over there, and you go down there and you do whatever. Just don't order their fish. Make sure when you order the fish, say without the head and without the bones, okay? Because they're gonna bring you a whole fish like they took it out to sea. So when I heard her sitting there saying deployment, no, I'm like, huh? Wait a minute. I do recall our drunken days walking out the club, catching the cab. Because we had to park our car up the road because we couldn't drive it. Now, I'm going to tell you, you get a DUI in Germany, that's a wrap. Now, that was a wrap. That's the end of that's the end. But other than that, no, forget that. So, it's neither here nor there. But that should have been done a while back. It don't surprise me about the conversation these two uneducated civilians had. And then you got this dummy over here want to jump out with a recording. And then you think you're going to summons me? No, you don't summons me, baby. You don't summons me at all. It don't work that way. Because when we was talking about it, that should have been the time to play it then. But it was not a peep, not a pin drop, not a nothing. But you play it when it's conducive. And everything you said was regurgitated. Wasn't new, it was regurgitated. So that further let us know that you have been in our bushes listening. Because the video's still up. They had never been taken down. That's why I say I don't do apologies. Because in a month, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months from now, it'll be the same bullshit again and again and again and again and again. So fuck what you heard. Y'all have a good one. Have a safe weekend. Do something constructive. Matter of fact, let's get some justice for them 50 damn turkeys. Or 50 Cornish hens. Whichever one come first.